But let's go back to the summer of 2009 and a certain pre-season friendly, the visit of a Liverpool 11 to Park Avenue.
Right.
I'm just going to stop talking now and let you talk us through that day and the goal in particular.
Yeah, don't say Liverpool 11. Liverpool FC was their first team, we'll say, yeah.
Well, there were some names in that team.
Yeah.
To represent the first team and have good careers. I think Andre Wisdom was one of them.
Wisdom, Everton, I think as well. He did well. But yeah, they were a good side.
Wow. Winger David Amu, I think he played.
David Amu, yeah, that's it. Yeah. No, they were.
Vala.
That's it. Yeah. Well, I went down. I got a shirt. I got my boy was 3 at the time. So he came down and he had his Liverpool shirt on, and the fair play to them, they all signed all his shirt for him and stuff. So that was, but good. Yeah, the day it was a lovely sunny day in Park Avenue, and it was funny really because I never really go up for corners, and I can't remember who was playing alongside me. But anyway,
was it Fred or Christian?
Yeah, so I mean, it was one of them, you see, and I remember. One of them said to me, "You go up," and I was like, because I never wanted to, I was, look at those two, they go up, innit? And I got up there, and I just remember the flick in the front, and it was what was it? Hell of a finish, volley, roof the net, and it was just like you say, the motion again. It was first of all, I didn't know what to do, as in celebrate. And I just remember your dad pointing as if to say, "It's Sean who scored." and that was my first ever goal for ABBA.
Was it? Not even in any other friendlies, or?
No. That was my first goal for ABBA. Yeah.
That's good.
Because I think that year, the next year, I went on a bit of a run. Then I think I scored in a couple of the friendlies. I scored in the first or second game of the season then, Kaisus away. And it started good things off. I think that the year I won Player of the Year.
Player of the Year, 2010, yeah.
2010. So from that goal it was a good start. And
that capped a good year for you.
Yeah.
That started off a good year.
Yeah. And it was weird because you scored against Liverpool, and I tell the kids now it's something some people have never done. You see, boys, and
the pictures are there to prove it as well. I think that was on the front page of the programme for that entire season, wasn't it?
Yeah. But the only problem is then they battered us. Then I think it was 4-1, was it? Or something, 5. Yeah. So so it was a win-win for me.
Yeah, surely in that scenario you didn't want Liverpool to win.
No.
Is that a no comment?
No comment yet. No.
Brilliant. Well, we'll go back from there to 2014, because after the Welsh Cup final, the club got into Europe and played Derry City. So what was that experience like of going across to Ireland and being involved in that?
To be honest with you, I think when the draw come out, you Europe and stuff, I think we all wanted to go. Ireland is Ireland, isn't it? We can all go to Ireland.
Before.
We wanted to go, explore it, but no, it was a good draw, and I remember it. Yeah, there was good atmosphere going on the plane and everything, and no, like you say, I didn't get on in Derry. The sending off really changed everything really. So we didn't get on, which maybe I think he usually stuck with the four. He still went attacking. Actually, he still went quite attacking with the formation. And maybe I don't know whether he could have maybe thrown me on as an extra defender, or Barry on the bench again with me, just thrown, just maybe hold on to something, just try and keep it as low.
Then try and attack at Park Avenue.
Yeah, but fair play to Husey. You know, Husey knows more than me. He's a clever manager, so you know he tried it. But yeah, I think was it four? Was it four at the end? Was it?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it could have been four.
I think the aggregate score was quite high in the end, wasn't it?
Yeah, so yeah, the sending off was because I think we did all right. We started okay. They had some really good players, mind. They had one guy I think on loan from Celtic, I think at the time, or after went to Celtic or something. So they were a good side, very good side, but it was a good experience. Again, the Park Avenue, some of the faithful travels, and yeah, fair play to them. But we had a good night out anyway.
And sometimes the nights out are more memorable than the game.
We had a good night out. We had a good night out, and the next day, I think, as well. Yeah, because I think it fell on the weekend as well.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah, it would have been Thursday night, wouldn't it? Europa League.
Yeah, so it would have been Thursday we played. I think we travelled back on the Friday, and I think the songs and stuff were still carrying on the Friday and stuff. And oh yeah, yeah.
Fantastic.
Good time. Good times. Good times.
And then the following season, you had the opportunity to get into Europe again, and unfortunately lost the playoff final to Newtown at Park Avenue. Yeah,
that was I didn't play again. I played. I think I played all the season, and then he just didn't. I don't think he liked me as a big game player. He kept picking Win. He kept picking Win. He did, but Win was his assistant. So I've
player as well.
Yeah, Win was brilliant. Yeah, very good. You know, can't fault Win. His career, you know, his career he's done well. Yeah. But yeah, that was a. It was funny because I'd done a schoolboy error that year. I'd booked a holiday in May, and it was the same time as if we'd won that game, we would have been in Europe at the certain same dates. And of course, I just met my wife then, so it's been our first holiday together.
Okay.
And I remember saying to her, "Oh, look, if we get into Europe, you know, I might have to leave you on holiday and fly over to where we were going." Like, I can't believe I said it to her, really. But
how did that go down?
Oh, mate. Yeah, I think she was probably. I think now I can still see her looking at me as if to say, "Are you serious?" But so yeah, after the disappointment of the changing room, and you know, because I think we knew that was probably our last, you know, game together for a lot of us. I think so a few moved on then, and but yeah, that was another bad day. But all right, on the plus side, my holiday was on.
You had the consolation of a week in the sun.
On the holiday, I didn't have to worry about too much.
Yeah. And then following that season, you had one last season at Aberystwyth Town, and then in the summer of 2016, you took the decision to leave. Was it a hard decision after 12 years?
Yeah, like I said, the club was. They wanted. Well, I don't want. Yeah, I think they wanted something fresh there. I think Husey went ill. I think Husey missed the last part of the season or something.
Win took over as.
Win took charge,
didn't he?
Yeah, and I think there was whispers from the club. You know, they weren't happy. I think they wanted to reduce the wage and stuff like that. So, you know, Bish, fair play to Bish. Bish was in contact with me straight away, and he said he wanted me to stay. But I just felt I always said I wanted to go back to Penryn. And before I got to a stage where I wasn't, you know, when I was maybe too old or not could give them what I was still giving to town. So I wanted to go to Gary, you know, because, you know, he started me all off, you could say with football, like looking up to him and stuff. And I wanted to, be part of his team, and some of my mates were there. And I felt, it just felt at the right time, It felt weird. It felt horrible saying goodbye, because I still think I could have done another year there, but I just felt I wanted to give. I didn't want to go to Penryn when it was too late. I wanted to still, because I still thought I was, I was still doing well, and I just wanted to keep that level and show them as well, So, but yeah, it was a horrible end, but I felt it was the right time, and I think I did a good service, for them.
Yeah, absolutely. As I said, not many players have done 12 years at the club, have they?
Yeah. Yes.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
I think if I look, I think Gary and Fred are the only. I think we're the top 3 Welsh Prem appearances for Aber. So
Paddy being there as well.
Yeah, Paddy, but for Aber, I think because Paddy played a few games. Did he go to Carmarthen and stuff like that? Yeah, Paddy's up there as well. Yeah, Jeff is up there now as well. Barry's in there as well. But I think I am up there, the top 3. So that was something. 3 Penryn boys. But that's something I'm really proud of.
Yeah, so you should be, mate. So you should be. Yeah, some great times as well. So you moved, as you said, you moved on to Penryn, and still there now. So talk us through the last 4 years at Penryn, your achievements there, and the players that you've played with there.
Yeah, completely different to Aber, as in money wise and stuff. We were getting nothing compared to what you would get with Aber, that most of us were getting. We were doing it for the village, for each other, like Aber, but it was different. We weren't competing. It was always going to be, we knew we were always going to be in a relegation battle because other teams had money to spend. But we were a good group. Gary was, Gary thrived on it. He's so good to getting the best out of players. It's honest to God, it's until you're in the changing room with him, it's unreal what he does. He reminds me of, like, I know Andy Morrison. You see Conisky, the way he is, and Gary's honest. He's so passionate, and he gives everything. He gave everything to that club, and he was a joy, and like you say, it was different emotions because staying in the league was always the achievement, and we were managing that, and it was a different sort of feeling,
There was one season I remember. Was there a bit of a great escape the one year?
Yeah. I remember I think it was 6 or 7 games left, and we lost up in Griffin, and I thought that was it. But fair play, there was 1 or 2 in the changing room, kept us going. Gary as well kept us going, and yeah, I think it was last minute at home against Conwy. Is it Conwy at home? Yeah.
Wow. The last minute of the last game of the season.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And there's a picture, I don't know if you've seen it, with Gary doing this,
I can imagine, yeah.
How the picture just summed him up. That was, and you can see their manager walking towards him and looking as if to say, you can see how much it meant to him, and yeah, last minute, God, yeah.
That was, who scored the goal? Who got the goal?
I'm trying to think now. God, I'm heading too many balls. My memory's terrible. Gone.
Yeah, that's
Josh Shaw. Is it Josh Shaw? Could have been Josh Shaw.
That really is a great escape, though, isn't it? That's some achievement.
Yeah, could be Josh Shaw. I could be right, actually. Local boy, I'm sure it is. Yeah, Josh Shaw.
Yeah, so that just completes the story. Local boy as well.
Yeah, it was. And what a night out we had then.
I can imagine. Peer pressure until 4 a.m. was it?
You had John Ebbs. Have you had a night out with John Ebbs yet?
I haven't. No.
Oh, you will look forward to a night out with John Ebbs. He is a great guy to have a night out with. And Steph Davis as well. You'll have fun with them too.
I can imagine, yeah. As good as
but yeah.
with Luke Sherborne and Geraint Passmore, I'm sure.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, brilliant. Oh, honest, it's something you take to the grave, these moments, you know, these nights out and stuff like that. And it's something it comes with football, you know. And no, I must admit, they've slowed down with me a lot now. I tend to go up in a car when we go away and look forward to my bottle of wine at home.
So you're not at the back of the bus anymore?
No, afraid not.
No,
I've gone a bit. There was a car group of us. We tended to go up in a car. Well, we don't have a bus up very often anyway. You know, cars are what it is at the moment. The big 52-seater buses of Aber days too expensive anyway.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah. Save them for the big occasions.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The club will do that. No problem. But yeah, Penryn, brilliant. We've got some, like I say, looking forward to the season coming ahead. We've got some keen boys coming through. You know, they've come to me and Fred wanting to try out, and honest to God, their attitude and everything is spot on. You know, fair play to them. They know the score. You know, there's no money at the club. You know, they're traveling 2.5 hours every other Saturday for nothing. You know, taking up all their Saturday. Fair play to them. And but no, they're showing the you know, the desire and you know what me and Fred want. You know, and no, looking forward to it. And hopefully still play. I'm still playing.
Player assistant manager.
Well, I'm assistant manager now. I can pick myself, can't I?
Brilliant. So just before I go into the quick fires, Sean, are you still? I know the answer to this already, but are you still keeping in touch with Aberystwyth Town and the results and the boys there? And what's your view on the season so far with the club?
Good. I've watched them a couple of times on top of the bus.
Have you? You've been on?
Yes, you've been on the bus there. Yeah.
Brilliant.
And it's good. You know, like you say, going back, you know, to the assistant job, you know, we lost 3 of our best players, but we've lost them to the best club we want them to go to, you know. Yeah. And of course, we will never stop anyone taking a stepping stone up, you know. And it shows that, you know, they could have been, they should have been there a couple of seasons ago, you know. Sometimes the problem with that, but sometimes is taking the risk on these local boys. And fair play to Gav and Corbs and Barry, you know, they've taken a chance, you know.
Yeah. And what a job as well, the boys that have come in.
Yeah, you know, John Flino again, another one, you know. You know, fair play to them. You know, sometimes Aber was sometimes quick enough to, you know, not confident enough in them and maybe give some money playing players from away, silly money and stuff. But no, they've gone local, and they're doing a great job. And the team looks good. It looks young and hungry, and that's all you want. And as a management, I bet that's all they want. And you know, speak to Barry a lot, and that's what he says. You know, so good. You know, good luck to them. And like I say, I'm support them all the way. You know,
brilliant. And obviously looking forward. Well, we're all looking forward to the season continuing as of this coming Friday at Cardiff Met. So I'm sure you'll be on the bus again soon.
Well, yeah. Well, funny enough, we got our first friendly on Friday. So yeah, we're playing against the 19s actually.
Okay, great.
The 19s, and so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, wish you all the best, and as I'm sure everyone at the club does, wish you all the best for the season. And we'll look forward to seeing you at Park Avenue and at Penryn over the next few months.
Oh, brilliant! Thank you.
Just to finish off, as we always do, got a few quick fire questions that were sent across to you earlier. So, who's the best player that you've played with at Aber, first of all?
So many. I could, you know, likes of Tom Bradshaw coming through. You know, watching him, he wasn't with us long, but you just seeing talent there. You know, Alex Samuel, you know, Paddy, Gary, Fred, you know, Chris Griff, Christian Edwards, you know, Stuart Jones, Corbs, so many good names, you know. you know, Sean Thornton.
Yes,
you know, I know Sean Thornton wasn't with us much. You know, got injured, but what I've seen of him in 2 or 3 training sessions, you could see what a play. He wasn't quite with us off the pitch. He was a bit of a loose cannon. But once he got on the pitch, unbelievable to see the talent, and you could see, you know, what made him such a, you know, Premier League player, isn't he? But
I can remember Sean Thornton playing on loan for Shrewsbury, and we had 2 loan players at Shrewsbury in the space of 2 months, both playing in central midfield. One of them stood out more than the other. Sean Thornton was by far and away the player that stood out more than the other player. That other player was Gylfi Sigurdsson.
Wow!
So that's how good Sean Thornton was.
He was unbelievable.
Yeah.
From off the pitch, you didn't know, he didn't talk football, nothing, and you thought, wow, you know. And then when he was on the pitch, he was just a different guy. Different guy on the pitch, and he was so focused on what he did. He was so good. Like I say, and another one I've got to mention, his name's Stuart Roberts as well.
Yes, Joe. Yeah.
Oh wow, he is everything you want from a player who travelling to play for Aberystwyth. His attitude was second to none. He was a winner. He was a winner, and you know, you know, 99% of the players who I played with Aber did that, but you would get 1 or 2 maybe, you know, quick enough to sign. You know, obviously you might get good money, but when it came to training and stuff, he was a bit, you know. But he was brilliant. And then I'll come on to the best player I played with is Chris Venables.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, just some people used to mock him in training, you know, Sherbs, Stuart Jones, Corbs, they used to call him the worst trainer. But what I liked with Chris is he never, once training was finished, he would get Nettles, Craig Williams, cross some balls in for him, heading the balls in, volume, whatever. And you can just see in his game now, you know, how little things like that, how many goals he scored this season, back post, headers. And it's just, because I know him, and, you know, he's done an Ironman, you know, he goes on the bike, he's running, and I just all round, you know, looking after himself.
Yeah.
I know you won't mind me saying this, but I remember him saying to me once that he looked up to someone like Rhys Griff. Rhys Griff was like his idol, you know, somebody he wanted to be like. And I can see now why, and he's up there with Griff, you know, picking up golden boots and stuff.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
I just think he keeps going and keep going. I just, you know, I think it's.
I certainly agree with you on that one. For me, he's been the best player in the league for, you know, as long as you can remember.
Yeah.
The last 10 years, easy.
Yeah, nothing but positive. You know, I just know the determination he puts in and the hard work he puts in, and he deserves everything he gets, you know, for playing. So yeah, Chris Venables.
Okay, very good choice, mate. You just touched on it there, but who's the worst trainer that you've trained with at the club?
Again, I don't want to say the obvious. I mean, he's been nominated a few times, and it's hard not to, you know. But you know, it's between him and Sherbs, Andy Ebbs and Sherbs. But Sherbs is brilliant because
get Andy on. By the way,
I know.
All of these,
and it's brilliant with Sherbs because he was never training. You just knew with him, right? On a Saturday, you'd be playing and be winning a game, or a Friday night, or a Saturday, whatever. You're winning a game, 5 minutes to go, he'd come off. He'd say he's injured. And it's only because he didn't have to train then on Tuesday. And then come Wednesday, Thursday, he was fine. Miracle, you know, magic sponge, he was ready to go. And he's such a... He just so talented, Sherbs. It was scary. I don't think he'll have any regrets in his career because he's done wonderful things. He's gone away, but if that guy is well, because, you know, was like Venners or Rhys Griff or Stuart Roberts sometimes, but you know, that's Sherbs. I wouldn't want Sherbs to change because his personality you love him to bits, you know. You can't help but love him. You know, he comes in the changing room. He was probably telling the manager who's injured, and then he'd tell him a story or something he did Saturday night, and then the manager would just forget and just think, yeah, Sherbs, have a rest. It's just like, but because but yeah, I'm gonna go Andy Evans. I'll go Andy Evans. Sorry, Andy, the nicest guy in the world as well. He's the heart of gold, Andy Evans, and
definitely gonna have to try and get him on to do an interview and give him like to reply. I think.
Apologise on my behalf, so, with the others as well.
So next question is, what's your best memory from your time at Aberystwyth Town? Best
memory got to be the Liverpool goal.
There was only one winner, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was only that one winner. Then followed by obviously the emotions of the semi-final win, Freddie scoring that goal, and yeah, Welsh Cup final, and you know, the Europe experience. But yeah, Liverpool goal has to be. But you know, every moment playing for Aber was, you know, special for me. So, but yeah, the Liverpool goal, take it to the grave.
And on the flip side, what's your worst memory? I know we've touched on this.
Yeah. There was the first Welsh Cup final. That was the first one that really hit home, you know, playing in it as well, and then just the emotion, like you say, you know, you get to grips with the people and stuff, and letting them down, and yeah, that hurt. That's the worst one.
Well, I don't think you let you and your teammates. I don't think you let anyone down getting the club to the first Welsh Cup final in 109 years. I think it was an absolutely phenomenal achievement, mate. So yeah, you certainly didn't let anyone down getting there. So just to move on, sum up your time in Aber in 3 words.
Loved every minute.
Good choice, I like that. And finally, what is your all-time Aberystwyth Town 5-a-side team? Who's the 5 players that you'd pick?
Right, so many good players. You know, Matty Collins, I didn't mention his name as well. What a player he was when he came. And I'll go Stevie Cann in goal. Big Fred at the back, just because he got me involved there and everything. And just
couldn't leave Fred out.
Couldn't let Fred out. I need to play next year. Chris Venables, obviously. Stuart Roberts, just brilliant. Loved his attitude, world class. And I'm going to go. I would have said Sherbs, but I don't know whether he turned up for the 5-a-side. He's probably injured. So I'm going to go with some pace with another legend, Jeff Kellaway.
Yeah, definitely good choice. Yeah, and the man who scored the two goals that led up to Fred's winner at
the
final. Yeah,
brilliant player, Jeff. Fastest man I've ever seen on the pitch. Sometimes, wow.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that brings us to the end, Sean. So thanks very much for your time this evening. Really, really enjoyed it, and yeah, thanks for sharing your memories. And we'll look forward to seeing you at Park Avenue again soon. And all
Brilliant.
The best for your new role at Penryn too.
Lovely. Thank you for having me on. Brilliant.
Cheers.
Thanks, Paul.
Very much, mate. Cheers.
Good man. Thank you.